I think it's one of the Parkinson laws, right, which goes work consumes exactly the amount of time allotted for it.
Right.
My point here is that, like, we have 12 minutes, we can very easily fill the entire 12 minutes talking about this game. If we had 2 hours, we could very easily fill 2 hours talking about this game. It's that kind of a game, really, that you can find things to discuss here for exactly as long as you have, because the opening is completely outlandish, and then the turnaround when Black did not play bishop b4 there after knight b5, and Nodirbek was able to consolidate.
But who knows what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just so difficult to judge whether White actually stabilized here, or whether Black could have played more precisely somewhere around here and not allow White to come out. Although, really, that bishop on g6, like if we stop somewhere here, because it feels like maybe the tactical skirmish is finally over and you can maybe take some stock. The bishop on g6 is so out of play, and the king on f2 covered by only 3, and potentially the bishop on f3, for instance, if you need to. That setup is so solid with the rook on h4 as well, that you're just not going to be enjoying this very much. One thing, like, why hasn't he taken on e4 here? Maybe this is the moment we have to discuss. I guess knight g4 is very strong, actually. Knight g4, queen f5, check, bishop f3. No, but then I have h5. Why haven't we done this? Queen d4 maybe, but still. Queen d4 actually is very clever here. Maybe this is actually, but bishop takes f3? Hang on, bishop f3 and knight f6, king f8. This is such a mess. This is such a mess. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Okay, I mean, this is great fun, but I mean, obviously at some moment around here, there had to be something concrete that to do, because
allowing that center to survive is never going to work for you here with Black. Yeah, you had to, at all costs, you had to try and take that center apart, because the way he played, he just got completely overrun. And yeah, I mean, this one is very, very straightforward. You no longer really have to discuss this one, but
yeah,
for starting from that position after king d2 bishop f5, which is still, I have to say, extremely surprisingly to my eyes, Nodirbek appeared to not be aware of, despite seemingly it was his choice to go for this. Like he blitzed out the entire sequence up to king d2 pretty much without any thought whatsoever.
But as you mentioned, bishop e4.
Yeah, bishop e4, knight takes e7, king e7. I did glance briefly at what the engine was saying on the website once the round was over. This appears to be just a disaster for White, according to what the engines are claiming.
I mean, it's very nice to box in that bishop on f1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always nice to kind of kill your opponent's pieces, basically.
Yeah, and it looked logical as well, because bishop e4, you're stopping bishop g2, you are creating the strongest possible threat in the position. It didn't feel like it was a particularly computerish move to pick, and I understand the idea behind rook. By the way, he played rook d8, right? And
he played rook d8, yeah.
And Nodirbek played bishop g2. Yep. And he did not take on d4 here either, because we were actually looking at this.
Yeah.
So that's another very interesting focal point, because this move exists. It pretty much forces the position that we were discussing. I don't think White can do anything smarter than just take on d4 while the taking is good, right? So we absolutely get that position. Queen d4, king e1. First of all, we have a perpetual. Like, to begin with, we have queen f2, queen d4, which is a cast iron perpetual. And secondly, we can take on g2 and continue. And honestly, if I have to pick, I'm picking Black here.
Well, I mean, in this case, that bishop
would be a monster.
Absolutely rock solid. Secures the king side, and then Black has fun against the king. So yeah, very interesting position, and it's going to take some time before White's king actually reaches any kind of security. Very interesting position.
I'm not sure where to even to aim for. Like if I have to say, like, this is the square I'm planning to put it, and it will be safe from checks there. I have no idea what that square is. Like maybe rook c5 followed by king c3 or something. But all of that looks extremely, extremely artificial.
Well,
and
I don't know
temporary.
if the rook's going to move up the c5, we may as well take a pawn while we're at it.
Yeah, castles. I wanted to attack the bishop on f5 to maybe gain a tempo.
I see.
But yeah, I mean, this looks like king c3. I can play. I can be quite fancy actually here. Bishop b4. It's very funny. Rook g1 gh. It might not be good, but it's funny.
Oh no! Well, let's see.
It's a perpetual, probably. Queen d2, queen g5, queen f6. It's probably just a perpetual. So it's not great. I would like to play for a win, but it's just a funny position.
Yeah.
It's just a funny position.
Okay.
Oh
no!
So,
I mean, this is fascinating stuff. We should say we've got 6 minutes before the next round. Remember, this is the Aimchess Rapid